Divas, how you doing? It's your girl Grace, aka Facequizite here, and today I'm coming at you with something bold and wonderful in form of this gorgeous bold look that I am rocking here. As you can see, this is not the norm for me, but you know, I always like to take up a challenge. So anyway, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you would know that I posted a picture of this Morphe palette right here, the P12. It's P12, as well as, well, what is now very dirty, this sponge, which actually came in here. It was sent to me by Morphe Brushes. Not, sorry, I beg your pardon, it wasn't sent to me by Morphe Brushes. It was sent to me by BeautyBay, and BeautyBay is where most of us, well, not most, some of us in the UK, a lot of us to be candid, get a lot of our makeup that we can't get in this country. You know, like the American brands that we can't get in this country, we get most of them from BeautyBay. I use BeautyBay a lot. Like, I get anything I can't get here, I go straight onto BeautyBay, and that's where I get all my products. So anywho, they also sell a lot of stuff from Morphe, and they sent me this palette and that sponge to create a look. They said they like my looks. I can't even, let me see. Set. The letter is here. Oh, yeah. Hang on a minute. Oh yeah, so they sent me those two with a little handwritten note here, which I thought was really cute. And they said, "Hi Grace, I absolutely love your fierce makeup looks. I thought you might like to get involved with our Feeling Fearless campaign. All info on flyer. Enjoy the Morphe 12 palette." And it was signed Eden with a kiss, which I thought was so cute. So thank you, Eden. Thank you, BeautyBay. You guys are the bee's knees. And this is the flyer that they were talking about. And basically, it's unconventional color. Are you feeling fearless? So have you been selected to take part in BeautyBay's Feeling Fearless campaign, blah de blah de blah. I'm not going to go into that. So basically, it was to create something out of the ordinary, something bold, step out of your comfort zone. And they thought, you know, I'll be up to the task. And of course I stepped up to the challenge. So yeah, of course I did it. That's why I created this look. So I created this look using the 12P. Of course, I decided to enlist the help of a bit of glitter, you know, garnish this look with a bit of glitter, you know, send it up a few octaves, you know, up the tempo for this look. And I'm quite happy that I did that. And you'll see all the products I used in the video itself. Also, this sponge by Morphe, they sent me. I wasn't really feeling this sponge, if I'm being honest. I just don't like the shape. The only bit that I like is, yeah, this bit right here is perfect for getting under the eyes because it's flat, you know, so it's like that. You can get under the eyes, and that's what I enjoyed using it for. But for the rest of my face, I struggled with it because I prefer my beauty blender or even the Real Techniques sponges. But this one I struggled with a bit. I just wasn't feeling it, especially because the bottom was flat as well. Now, it wasn't my favorite, but I did enjoy working with this 12P palette. You know, it's quite colorful, but you still can get some, you know, transition colors there. I mean, it's got the red, the orange, the pink, the red, the purple, you know, and it's got some really fun colors like this row right here. It's got the peacock green, it's got the aqua or teal, whichever way you want to call it. It's got the navy blue, and then of course it's got the black, which is standard in any palette as far as I'm concerned, a matte black. And of course you got your neon colors on top of here, so it's not a bad little palette. So, you know, I created this look with it, like I said, using some glitter injection from glitter injection basically. So I used this one from Glitter Injection, and then I used this one which is from Topshop here in the UK. I bought it a while back. You know, I bought this and several others from Topshop. So I thought, you know, just to make the eyes pop a bit, I would add that. But anywho, I am talking too much, divas. You know, I like the sound of my own voice. We've done enough talking. Let's get into this creativity, creativeness. Let's get into this tutorial, divas. Let go. Okay, divas, so this is the Morphe 12P palette that we're going to be using today, and these are all matte shades, divas. Every single color in here is matte. Starting with my eyes, so I didn't put anything on my face just because I know that mattes can drop quite a bit. Okay, so we're going in with this yellow first, divas, and I'm applying this using you know, a blending brush with goat hair so that it can disperse the colors nice and even. Next, I'm going in with this hot pink, and this hot pink is hot, as you can see, and extremely pigmented, unlike that yellow. I didn't feel like that yellow was popping enough, but you know, the pink made up for it. But yeah, I deposit the majority of the color in the outer V, and I am just smoking out the edges of that because we do not want any harsh line, and I've gone in with a clean brush to smoke it out even further. The next color I'm going to be taking is this bright orange color here, and I'm using that to sort of I don't know, to reduce the intensity of the pink that I applied. I felt like it was a bit too pink, so I wanted to tone it down a bit. So I'm toning out the edges of that. And now I'm going in with this bright red. And let me tell you, this red is pigmented. The red and the pink are very pigmented, including the orange actually. All the colors are pigmented apart from that yellow. But yeah, I'm applying this into the crease, again depositing the majority of the color on the outer V, but making sure that I keep this red lower than the yellow, orange and pink that I had applied earlier, so that we keep that nice gradient of color. So now I'm taking a clean brush again and just blending out the edges because I don't want any harsh lines. Now I'm going in with that purple. Sorry I didn't show it to you, but you will see it later in the same palette, and I'm applying this into my crease, again depositing the majority of the color in the outer V and just pulling it into the crease, and you know, blending it upwards slightly, not too much, because we want to ensure that the majority of the color is on the crease line. Now I'm going in with that black, and I'm applying this using a pencil brush because I want to keep this color on the crease, though I'm going to blend it upwards ever so slightly. So that is what I am doing, blending it upwards, divas. Now, to further blend that out, I'm taking this flat shaded brush, which just happens to be very fluffy, and I am further blending out that black, because like I said, we don't need any harsh lines, divas. We don't need any harsh lines. Using that same brush, I'm going to go into that purple, which is the purple I applied earlier, and I am going to further blend out that black. I don't want it to look too black, so this purple is going to help tone it down somewhat, divas. I wanted you to see every step of this me applying this 12P palette so that you can see how I really worked it and how blendable these colors are, and they are blendable. Okay, so now I'm cutting the crease, divas, using my Studio Finish concealer NC35 and this tiny angled brush, which I normally don't use to cut my crease, but it will do for today. And I'm applying this green onto my lid. This is one of the colors that I'm going to be applying as a base for my glitter, because I'm applying a glitter which is an olive green glitter, and then I'm going to be applying a gold glitter in the inner corner of my eye. So I'm going to be applying, that's the green I applied, and I'm going to be applying that yellow into the inner corner of my eye, and that's going to be the base for the gold glitter that I apply. Now, in applying the lid color, I lost some of the intensity of the color on my crease, so I'm going back in now to intensify it a little bit. So applying more of that black and more of that purple, and then blending it out with a gold haired blending brush with a bit of the orange on it, because I felt like I was losing some of the color that I applied earlier. As you can see, I've gone back with that black. I'm really overdoing it now. This is the problem when you're a perfectionist. You know, it's just never right in your eyes. You keep going back and forth, but I did want you to see it, divas, how I achieve this. Anyway, now we're going to go on to the lower lids, and as you can see, I've applied foundation and powder but not done any highlight and contouring, so my face looks flat. Anyway, so I've applied the yellow under my eye as the first color. Now I'm going in with this orange, and I'm further blending out my under eye. Now I'm going in with that red, and we're going to deepen the under eye a bit more, you know, smoke it out a bit more. And now I'm going in with that purple, and I'm going to take this closer to my lash line. So I'm using a pencil brush because I don't want this to go too low. And now using that same pencil brush, I'm taking a bit of that black and I am applying this really close to my lash line. So now I'm going for the glue. So I'm applying this Lash Exo glitter glue onto my lid. And this is the Lash Exo that I applied, which is Lucky Lola. I thought I was recording me applying glitter. I didn't realize that the battery had died, so unfortunately I didn't record myself applying the glitter. But basically all I did was apply the olive green glitter on top of the green that I applied onto my lid, and then some gold glitter on the inner corner where I applied that yellow, divas. So sorry about that. Now I am lining my lips with Plum Lip Liner by MAC Cosmetics, because I'm going to be creating a nude lip with eyes this bold. It's good, it's best to keep it nude, divas. So that's what I'm doing, just defining my lips with Plum Lip Liner. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of focus. Okay, divas. So now I'm applying Myth lipstick, which is also by MAC Cosmetics, and on top of that I'm applying this Artist Gloss by Makeup Forever in number 300p, and this is going to, you know, just plump my lips a little bit, but most importantly it's going to tone down that harshness, if you like, of the Myth lipstick, because you know how Myth can get, divas. Those of you who rock Myth every now and then, you know it can be a bit too in your face sometimes. I like to tone it down a bit. So here I am just smacking it together, a little fluffy fluff of my lashes, a bit of a, you know, wink, and there you have it, divas. So there you have it, my divas. This is the final look. I hope you like it. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial as much as I've enjoyed creating it. Obviously, for those of you who know me, you know that this boldish kind of look is not really my thing, but you know I'm always up for a challenge. And when BeautyBay sent me these products, I thought, why not? So I decided to take up the challenge, and I like the way it turned out, and I jazzed it up with a bit of glitter, you know how we do, you know, for a bit of Vava voom, and I'm loving it, divas. I am loving it. Let me zoom in so you can see it a little more closer. Okay, divas, so here's a bit of a close-up for you. Not too shabby, divas, not too shabby. I do like it, you know, even though it's a little bit out of my, it's not something I would really rock, if I'm being honest. I like to keep it nice and, you know, not necessarily neutral, but, you know, a bit more toned down, all right? But, you know, this is quite nice and I really like it. So, yeah. I hope BeautyBay like it too. Okay, so I will be posting some images on my Instagram, so make sure you check it out. To leave any comments that you may have in the comments box below, and if need be, I will endeavor to get back to you as soon as possible. Also, click that subscribe button, don't forget, very important, divas. And also go ahead and share this video, share it on all your social media platforms. Also, remember to follow your girl. I am at Facequizite on all my social media platforms. Though some people say you can't find me, which I find strange. So, yeah, because more than one person has said it. I don't know what's going on. But anywho, it is Facequizite with a Z. But when I tag, I shall also include it with an S, because I know that some people, you know, mistake the Z for an S. You know, they spell it as Facequizite with an S. So, but it's Facequizite with a Z. Okay, divas? But yeah, that's me. Follow me on social media. I am on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course here on YouTube. Do share this video, I'd really appreciate that. And until next time, my divas, stay absolutely fabulous, stay on fleek. Remember, you are the daughter of the Most High King, and therefore stand with your head held up high like the queen that you are. Okay? And remember, Jesus loves you, and I, Grace Facequizite, I absolutely love you too, and I really appreciate you, divas. Thank you so much for your love and support. It does not go unnoticed, and I do not take it for granted, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, divas, and I'll see you next time. Stay fabulous. Love you loads. Bye bye.